LeBron James, Luka Doncic, the Los Angeles Lakers. Three of the most iconic names in the NBA. Yet it was Anthony Edwards who showed up when it mattered most in Game 3 of this series and proved why he is one of the best players in the NBA who can go head-to-head with anyone in any playoff series.
Doncic. The rebound stolen by Edwards. Drives inside on the slam. Oh, what a finish. Finds Edwards. That's a difficult pass. Edwards rattles home the three.
29 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. A very good stat line. But it was more than just the box score. This was a masterclass from Anthony Edwards in the second half of this game. Dissecting the Lakers defense with his relentless pursuit on the rim, his insane first step, and that shot making, which people need to recognize is very real. Yeah, you don't become the #1 3-point shooter in the NBA and have one of the greatest shooting seasons in NBA history by luck. Well, unless your name is Davis Bertans, but they are in a slightly different tier when it comes to skill and athleticism. And quite honestly, every single player on the court, aside from LeBron James, looked like they were a tier below Anthony Edwards in both of those categories, particularly in the fourth quarter. With 4 minutes remaining and the scores level at 103, this is when Ant just took over. Here he is getting the switch onto Luka, and with Luka so worried about his blow-by ability, he's not contesting that shot well enough, and that's one of the best shooters in the league, so you just can't give him that kind of space. And when you have a matchup like that, which Ant was hunting, it forces the defense to try and adapt. This time Ant gets the screen onto Luka again, so Finney-Smith stays attached, trying to blitz him, but he still blows straight past them, drawing Reeves, and then a beautiful kick-out pass to Reed for the open three. 40 seconds later, it's Ant with the ball again, this time getting the switch onto LeBron, and it's that pull-up shooting threat, forcing LeBron to press him high, and at 40 years old, LeBron has zero chance of staying in front of him with that burst of speed and then the ability to finish as well. Oh, and he didn't just make an impact on the offensive side. No. Because the very next play down the other end, with Rui getting the pass from LeBron, Ant helps off Reeves, blocking the ball out off Rui, forcing the turnover, despite it initially being called a foul, and getting the Wolves an extra possession. And he wasn't done there, because with a minute remaining and the game nearly over, Ant decided it was time to seal things for good.
Edwards against Finney-Smith. Step back, jump shot. Got it! Anthony Edwards, another clutch shot!
And that play in itself is such a great example of why Ant is so impossible to guard. It's that herky-jerky ability to keep Finney-Smith on his toes, with the threat of driving by him like he did the play earlier, but then eventually settling for the three. And the key word there is settling, because that's what a lot of people have said about Ant's shooting. But when you lead the NBA in threes for a season and knock down 5 threes in a massive playoff game against the Lakers, I wouldn't call any of those 3-point shots settling, despite what he can do attacking the rim. In general, it was just a masterclass from Ant over the second half, and particularly the final 5 minutes of the game, attacking anyone and everyone on the Lakers roster, either scoring himself or creating an advantage every play. Even the plays that weren't buckets, Ant was creating advantages, like here where he blew past Finney-Smith, drew the help from LeBron, and kicked it to Dante, who unfortunately didn't have the shot clock awareness to take the shot at the right time. And you could see how locked in Ant was with the reaction to that from Dante. And this is just who Anthony Edwards is. From the moment he played his first playoff game, it was clear that as great as Ant is in the regular season, everything he does becomes amplified in the playoffs. The energy, the athleticism, the relentlessness, and the shot making, all of that has been on display every season of his career, with him averaging 27.5 points, 6 boards, and 5.5 assists throughout his playoff career, which if you compare to his regular season numbers throughout those same years, it is an increase in every single category. That's what you call a playoff riser. And actually, the first 2 games of this series were way below average for Ant's standards, and through the first half of Game 3, he was having another below average game. But none of that matters when you decide to turn into the best player on the planet for the 4th quarter of the game and just completely take over. And if you wanted any more reason to love Ant and this performance, just listen to what he said after the game.
I just knew I had to, try to figure it out and lead my team to a win. I haven't been playing to the best of my ability the first 2 games, so I watched a lot of film when I got home that same night after the game at like 4 in the morning. When I woke up in the morning when we got to the gym, I just was watching it relentlessly, man, and I tried to figure it out, and I figured a couple things out. It still was a little rough.
For anyone wondering, this was in reference to Ant saying the Lakers confused him in Game 2 with their zone defense against him. Well, Ant took that personally, spending the remaining time between Game 2 and 3 locked in on one thing and one thing only, figuring out how to hurt the Lakers defensively, and that's exactly what he did. And I hate to be the guy to bring up old news, but it is genuinely hilarious and ridiculous that there was a time where the biggest question mark over Anthony Edwards wasn't about his shooting or his passing or his defense, it was about his love for basketball. This guy was questioned about his love for basketball in the lead up to the draft. Either he's fooling us all, or whoever made those reports is an absolute clown, because everything you see and hear about Ant suggests he loves basketball. And you know what? I love watching him play, because I haven't even mentioned we're 3 games into the playoffs, and he's already had the 2 best plays of the postseason.
Hachimura wearing another kind of mask. He took it in hot 9!
Can we just appreciate that dunk over Jackson Hayes? A 7-footer at full extension, he somehow has the ability to contort his body, yet manages to do so in full flight whilst dunking it in over him with 2 hands. I feel like it's a testament to how good Ant is that we don't just associate him with dunking, because at 24, he already has one of the best highlight packages of dunks in NBA history, but he can, and he will continue to do so much more. And you know what? It would be wrong to not talk about Jaden McDaniels. I mean, we all know Ant would want me to talk about him.
So, they got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, they've got Luka Doncic and LeBron James, but the Wolves have Jaden McDaniels. And not only was he hounding Luka on defense all night long and all series long, but a 30-point game to go along with it, following up from a 25-point game in Game 1, and it was another example of the development in his game. Just look at him here with Luka in isolation. He just drives right, gets to his spot, and the jumper off the glass is pure. Or here with the Lakers throw 2 defenders at Ant, so he kicks it to McDaniels, who takes Luka off the dribble, but look at his ability to stop short, with Hayes helping over, dropping it in softly. What really stands out about McDaniels' skill set on this team is his ability to capitalize on those advantages created by Ant, and sometimes Randall as well. It's not up to Jaden to create his own offense or offense for others on a consistent basis, but when 2 defenders go to Ant, like on that play, if he can have the ability to put the ball on the floor and immediately attack using his handle, his length, to either get to his spot in the mid-range or more frequently get to the rim, which he's been doing well, that's the kind of difference maker for this Wolves team that will have teams questioning when and how they can blitz Ant without being punished by the other guys. And there is a reason this is Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen 2.0. Okay, maybe not that far, but it was a damn good game from both of these guys. And if you want to hear me continue to talk about games like this going forward, consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like on the video would be cool. Most importantly, have a great day. Thank you. Bye.